Hi everyone, welcome to the Sleep and Learn channel. The quiet guardians inside the human body. Tonight we will explore one of the most fascinating and invisible systems inside the human body, the immune system. It is a silent guardian that works day and night, protecting us from countless microbes, viruses, and harmful substances that we encounter every single day. So get comfortable, relax, maybe close your eyes, and simply listen. Let us begin our calm journey into the world of the human immune system. The human immune system is a vast and complex network of cells, tissues, and organs that work together to defend the body. Every moment of our lives, we are surrounded by billions of microscopic organisms. Many of them are harmless, some are helpful, and a few can make us sick. The immune system quietly monitors this microscopic world and decides how to respond. Most of the time, we never notice its work. We breathe, eat, touch objects, and move through the world while tiny biological defenders inside us constantly scan for potential threats. It is a bit like an invisible security system that protects a large city without interrupting the daily lives of its citizens. One of the most remarkable things about the immune system is that it is not located in just one place. Instead, it is spread throughout the entire body. Important immune organs include the bone marrow, where many immune cells are created, and the thymus, where certain cells learn how to recognize threats. Other parts of the immune system include the spleen, lymph nodes, and a network of vessels called the lymphatic system. These structures allow immune cells to travel through the body, communicate with one another, and coordinate their defense strategies. Together, these organs form a distributed defense network that constantly protects the body without us even realizing it. At the center of this defense system are immune cells, often called white blood cells. These cells move through the bloodstream and lymphatic system like tiny patrol units. Some of them specialize in identifying foreign invaders, while others attack and destroy them. Different types of immune cells have different roles. Some cells swallow harmful microbes. Others release chemical signals to call for reinforcements. Some act like investigators, collecting information about pathogens so the body can respond faster the next time it encounters the same threat. This coordination between many different types of cells makes the immune system incredibly adaptable. Another fascinating feature of the immune system is its ability to recognize what belongs to the body and what does not. Every cell in your body carries molecular markers that identify it as part of you. The immune system carefully reads these markers. When something unfamiliar appears, such as a virus or a bacterium, immune cells recognize that it does not belong. This triggers a complex response designed to eliminate the threat while protecting the surrounding healthy tissues. This ability to distinguish between self and non-self is one of the most important foundations of human biology. Perhaps the most impressive ability of the immune system is memory. After fighting certain infections, the immune system remembers them. Specialized cells store information about the invader, allowing the body to react much faster if it encounters the same pathogen again. This biological memory is the reason why many diseases only affect us once, or why vaccines can train the immune system to recognize dangerous microbes before we ever encounter them in real life. In a quiet and almost invisible way, the immune system learns from experience, constantly improving its ability to protect us. Although we rarely notice it, the immune system is one of the most active systems in the human body. Every second, millions of immune cells are traveling, communicating, identifying threats, and repairing damage. It is a calm but incredibly powerful defense network that has evolved over hundreds of millions of years. Without it, even the smallest infection could become life-threatening. And yet, most of the time, it performs its work silently in the background, allowing us to live our lives without ever thinking about the microscopic battles being fought inside us. In the next part, we will explore how the immune system detects danger and launches its first lines of defense against invading microbes. The first lines of defense: how the immune system detects danger. The human immune system does not wait for infections to spread before it acts. In fact, Long before viruses or bacteria can cause noticeable illness, the body already has several protective layers quietly working to stop them. These early defenses are often called the first lines of defense, and they form a remarkable biological barrier between the outside world and the delicate systems inside our bodies. Most of the time, these defenses are so effective that we never even realize how many potential infections were stopped before they began. The very first protection is something we see every day: the skin. The skin is not just a covering for the body. It is a powerful biological shield. Its outer layer is made of tightly packed cells that create a physical barrier that most microbes simply cannot pass through. In addition to being a barrier, the skin also produces natural oils and antimicrobial substances that make it difficult for bacteria to grow. Even the slightly acidic surface of the skin helps prevent harmful microbes from multiplying. In this quiet way, the skin acts like the body's outer wall, constantly protecting everything inside. Another important protective surface is found in the mucous membranes of the nose, throat, lungs, and digestive system. These moist surfaces produce mucus, a sticky substance that traps dust, microbes, and tiny particles from the air we breathe. Inside the respiratory system, tiny hair-like structures called cilia move rhythmically to push trapped particles out of the airways. This process helps remove potential pathogens before they reach deeper parts of the lungs. Every breath we take brings in countless microscopic particles, but these systems calmly filter most of them out. The immune system also uses chemical defenses to protect the body. For example, the stomach contains strong acid that can destroy many harmful microbes before they enter the intestines. Tears and saliva contain enzymes such as lysozyme, which can break down bacterial cell walls. Even sweat contains substances that discourage microbial growth. These chemical defenses quietly surround us at all times, acting as invisible protectors on the body's surfaces. When a microbe manages to pass through these outer defenses, the immune system activates its innate immune response. This is the body's rapid response system that reacts quickly to unfamiliar invaders. Specialized immune cells such as macrophages and neutrophils begin to search for pathogens. When they find them, they can engulf and destroy them in a process known as phagocytosis. These cells act like microscopic guardians, constantly patrolling the tissues and removing threats before they can spread. Another fascinating part of this early defense is inflammation. Although inflammation is often associated with discomfort, it is actually one of the body's most important protective reactions. When tissues detect damage or infection, blood vessels widen and allow immune cells to move quickly into the affected area. This process increases blood flow, bringing more defensive cells and nutrients that help fight infection and repair damaged tissue. What we experience as redness, warmth, or swelling is often simply the visible sign that the immune system is working. The innate immune system also relies on pattern recognition. Many microbes share certain molecular patterns that are different from those found in human cells. Immune cells have special receptors that recognize these patterns. When these receptors detect a pathogen, they immediately trigger defensive actions. This allows the body to respond rapidly even to microbes it has never encountered before. It is a simple but powerful strategy that provides immediate protection while the more specialized immune responses begin to prepare. Although these first defenses may seem simple, they are incredibly effective. In fact, most microbes that enter the body are eliminated at this early stage without ever causing noticeable illness. Only when pathogens manage to bypass these barriers does the immune system activate its more advanced and highly specialized responses. In the next part, we will explore the adaptive immune system, the remarkable mechanism that allows the body to remember past infections and defend itself more intelligently each time it encounters a threat. The adaptive immune system, how the body learns and remembers. While the first lines of defense protect the body quickly, the human immune system has another remarkable ability. It can learn from experience. This more advanced system is known as the adaptive immune system, and it allows the body to recognize specific pathogens and respond to them with incredible precision. Unlike the innate immune response, which reacts in a general way to many types of microbes, the adaptive immune system creates highly specialized defenses that are designed for particular invaders. It is slower to activate the first time a pathogen enters the body, but once it learns, it becomes much faster and more powerful during future encounters. In a sense, the immune system behaves almost like a biological memory library, storing information about past infections. At the center of this adaptive system are two very important types of immune cells: B cells and T cells. These cells are produced in the bone marrow and then undergo a process of maturation and training that allows them to recognize specific threats. B cells are responsible for producing antibodies, specialized proteins that attach to viruses or bacteria. When antibodies bind to a pathogen, they mark it so that other immune cells can easily recognize and destroy it. Each antibody is shaped to recognize only a particular type of molecule on a pathogen surface. This precise matching allows the immune system to target specific microbes with remarkable accuracy. T cells play a different but equally important role in the immune response. Some T cells, known as helper T cells, coordinate the activity of other immune cells by releasing chemical signals. These signals help guide the immune response and ensure that different parts of the system work together effectively. Other T cells, called cytotoxic T cells, have the ability to directly destroy infected cells. When a virus enters a cell and begins to reproduce, these T cells recognize the infected cell and eliminate it before the virus can spread further through the body. In this way, T cells act like highly trained specialists within the immune system. One of the most fascinating features of the adaptive immune system is how it generates diversity. The body is capable of producing millions of different types of antibodies and immune receptors. This enormous variety ensures that the immune system can potentially recognize almost any pathogen that might enter the body. Even before we encounter many diseases for the first time, the immune system already has a vast library of possible defenses prepared. This extraordinary diversity is one of the reasons humans have been able to survive in a world filled with constantly evolving microbes. After an infection is successfully defeated, the immune system does not simply forget about it. Instead, it creates memory cells that remain in the body for years, sometimes even for a lifetime. If the same pathogen enters the body again, these memory cells quickly recognize it and trigger a rapid and powerful immune response. Because the body already knows what it is dealing with, the infection can often be stopped before symptoms even appear. This biological memory is the foundation of long-term immunity. The principle of immune memory is also the reason why vaccines are so effective. A vaccine introduces a harmless piece or weakened form of a pathogen to the immune system. This allows the body to practice recognizing the microbe without experiencing the full disease. The immune system then creates memory cells that remain ready for future encounters with the real pathogen. In this way, vaccines essentially train the immune system in advance, preparing it to respond quickly if the real infection ever occurs. The adaptive immune system represents one of the most sophisticated biological defense mechanisms known in nature. It is capable of learning, remembering, and adapting to an enormous variety of microscopic threats. And yet, like much of the immune system, it works quietly in the background, protecting the body without drawing attention to itself. In the next part, we will explore how the immune system communicates internally and coordinates millions of immune cells during an infection. The language of immunity: how immune cells communicate. The human immune system is not only powerful, it is also incredibly well organized. Billions of immune cells constantly move throughout the body, yet they are able to coordinate their actions with remarkable precision. This is possible because immune cells communicate with one another using a complex system of chemical signals. In many ways, the immune system behaves like a vast biological network. Each cell sends and receives messages, allowing the entire system to respond quickly and efficiently whenever a potential threat appears. Most of this communication happens silently and invisibly, far beyond the limits of our senses. One of the main ways immune cells communicate is through special signaling molecules called cytokines. These tiny proteins act like messages that travel between cells. When an immune cell detects a virus or bacterium, it releases cytokines into the surrounding tissue. Nearby immune cells receive these signals and begin to activate their own defensive functions. Some cytokines call additional immune cells to the area, while others increase the strength of the immune response. Through this system of chemical messages, immune cells can coordinate their actions across large areas of the body. Another important communication method involves antigen presentation. When certain immune cells encounter a pathogen, they capture small fragments of it and display these pieces on their surface. Specialized cells known as dendritic cells are particularly important in this process. After capturing fragments of a virus or bacterium, dendritic cells travel to nearby lymph nodes. There, they present these fragments to T cells, essentially showing them what the invading pathogen looks like. This process allows the immune system to identify the specific threat and prepare a targeted response. The lymph nodes themselves play a critical role as communication centers for the immune system. These small, bean-shaped structures are located throughout the body and act as gathering points for immune cells. Inside the lymph nodes, immune cells exchange information, activate defensive strategies, and multiply in response to infection. When the body is fighting an infection, lymph nodes often become slightly swollen because many immune cells are gathering there to coordinate their response. Although we may occasionally feel this swelling, it is simply a sign that the immune system is actively doing its work. The immune system also uses chemical gradients to guide immune cells to the right location. When tissues are infected or damaged, they release signaling molecules that create a chemical trail. Immune cells can detect these signals and move toward higher concentrations of the molecules. This process, called chemotaxis, allows immune cells to travel directly to the site where they are needed most. Through this elegant guidance system, the body ensures that defensive cells arrive quickly at the exact location of an infection. Another fascinating aspect of immune communication is the way immune cells can adjust the intensity of their response. Not every threat requires the same level of defense. Some microbes are easily eliminated, while others require a much stronger reaction. Cytokines and other signals help regulate how aggressively immune cells respond, ensuring that the immune system reacts appropriately without causing unnecessary damage to healthy tissues. This delicate balance is essential for maintaining the body's stability. The immune system's ability to communicate effectively is one of the reasons it can respond so quickly to infection. Millions of cells can coordinate their actions almost instantly, creating a powerful and organized defense against invading microbes. Although this communication system operates entirely on a microscopic level, it represents one of the most sophisticated biological networks in the human body. In the next part, we will explore how the immune system cooperates with beneficial microbes that live inside the human body, forming an important partnership that helps maintain health. The hidden partnership, the immune system and the human microbiome. The human body is often thought of as a single organism, but in reality it is home to an enormous community of microscopic life. Trillions of bacteria, viruses, and other microbes live on our skin, in our mouth, and especially inside our digestive system. This complex ecosystem is known as the human microbiome. At first glance, it may seem surprising that the immune system allows so many microbes to live inside the body. However, many of these organisms are not harmful. In fact, many of them play essential roles in maintaining our health. Rather than constantly fighting these microbes, the immune system has developed a remarkable ability to coexist and cooperate with them. The largest and most diverse microbial community in the body lives in the intestines. In the digestive tract alone, there are trillions of bacteria belonging to hundreds of different species. These microorganisms help break down certain foods, produce vitamins, and assist in many metabolic processes. But their role goes far beyond digestion. Many gut bacteria interact directly with the immune system, helping it develop and function properly. In a sense, the immune system and the microbiome grow and learn together throughout our lives. During early life, the microbiome helps train the immune system. When a baby is born, its immune system is still learning how to recognize the enormous variety of microbes in the world. Exposure to harmless microbes helps immune cells learn which organisms are safe and which may be dangerous. This early training period plays an important role in shaping how the immune system will respond to microbes later in life. Scientists believe that this early interaction between microbes and the immune system helps create a balanced and stable immune response. The microbiome also helps the immune system by competing with harmful pathogens. Many beneficial bacteria occupy spaces on the skin and in the digestive system that harmful microbes might otherwise invade. By taking up these spaces and consuming available nutrients, beneficial microbes make it much more difficult for dangerous bacteria to grow. Some of these helpful microbes even produce substances that directly inhibit the growth of pathogens. In this way, the microbiome acts like an additional protective layer that supports the immune system. Communication between the microbiome and the immune system is constant. Microbial molecules interact with immune cells located along the intestinal walls and other surfaces of the body. These interactions help immune cells maintain a careful balance. The immune system must remain alert to real threats, but it must also avoid overreacting to harmless microbes that are part of the body's normal environment. Maintaining this balance is one of the most delicate tasks of the immune system. Scientists are still discovering just how important this partnership is. Research has shown that changes in the microbiome may influence many aspects of health, including digestion, metabolism, and immune function. A healthy and diverse microbiome appears to help support a stable immune system that can respond effectively to infections while remaining calm in the presence of harmless microbes. This complex relationship between humans and their microscopic companions is one of the most fascinating discoveries of modern biology. The immune system, therefore, does not simply fight microbes. It constantly negotiates with them, cooperates with beneficial species, and maintains a dynamic balance that helps keep the body healthy. In the final part, we will explore how lifestyle, sleep, nutrition, and stress can quietly influence the strength and balance of the immune system throughout our lives. The immune system and the brain, a silent connection. As we continue exploring the human immune system, there is one more fascinating and often overlooked connection: the relationship between the immune system and the brain. At first glance, these two systems may seem completely separate. One protects the body from infections, while the other controls thoughts, emotions, and behavior. But in reality, they are deeply connected, constantly exchanging signals in subtle and complex ways. This quiet communication forms what scientists call the immune-brain connection. One of the key links between the immune system and the brain is the role of chemical signals. When the immune system detects an infection, it releases signaling molecules that travel through the bloodstream. Some of these molecules can reach the brain and influence how we feel and behave. This is why, when we are sick, we often feel tired, slow, or less motivated. These sensations are not random. They are part of a coordinated response designed to help the body rest and recover. In this way, the immune system can gently guide our behavior during illness. The brain also plays an active role in regulating the immune system. Through the nervous system, the brain can send signals that influence how strongly immune cells respond to threats. For example, during times of stress, the brain releases hormones that can affect immune activity. Short periods of stress may temporarily enhance certain immune functions, while long-term stress can gradually weaken the body's ability to fight infections. This delicate balance shows how closely the immune system and brain work together. Another fascinating aspect of this connection is how the immune system helps protect the brain itself. For many years, scientists believed that the brain was completely isolated from the immune system. Today, we know that specialized immune cells and protective barriers carefully monitor the brain's environment. These systems help prevent harmful substances and pathogens from entering sensitive brain tissue. Even within the brain, Immune-like cells quietly remove damaged cells and support overall brain health. Sleep is another important bridge between the immune system and the brain. While we sleep, the body carries out many processes that support immune function. During deep sleep, the immune system becomes more active in certain ways, producing signaling molecules and strengthening its ability to respond to infections. At the same time, the brain organizes and restores itself. This is one of the reasons why good sleep is so closely linked to strong immunity. There is also growing evidence that the immune system may influence mood and mental well-being. Certain immune signals can affect how the brain processes emotions. When the immune system is balanced, these signals remain stable. But when the system becomes overactive or disrupted, it may influence how a person feels over time. Scientists are still studying this connection, but it highlights how deeply integrated the body's systems truly are. The relationship between the immune system and the brain reminds us that the human body is not a collection of separate parts, but a unified and interconnected whole. Every signal, every response, and every adjustment is part of a larger conversation happening within us, a quiet dialogue that supports both physical and mental well-being. Even in stillness, even in rest, this conversation continues. And like the immune system itself, it works silently, gently, and continuously, keeping us balanced, protected, and alive. The balance of immunity: how lifestyle shapes the immune system. The human immune system is often described as strong or weak, but in reality, it is something far more delicate. It is a system of balance. Every day, the immune system adjusts its activity, responding to the world around us while also maintaining internal harmony. It must be strong enough to fight infections, yet calm enough to avoid damaging the body's own tissues. This balance is not fixed. It is constantly influenced by the way we live. Quietly, over time, our daily habits shape how effectively the immune system performs its role. One of the most important factors that supports immune balance is sleep. During sleep, the body enters a state of restoration. Immune cells redistribute, repair processes become more active, and important signaling molecules are produced. Deep sleep, in particular, plays a key role in strengthening immune memory and coordinating immune responses. When sleep is consistent and sufficient, the immune system tends to function more efficiently. In contrast, long periods of poor sleep may gradually reduce the body's ability to respond to infections. Nutrition is another essential influence on the immune system. The body requires a wide range of nutrients to produce immune cells, signaling molecules, and protective barriers. Vitamins such as vitamin C and vitamin D, along with minerals like zinc, support many immune functions. Proteins are necessary for building immune cells, while healthy fats contribute to communication between cells. A balanced and varied diet helps provide the raw materials the immune system needs to maintain its quiet and constant work. The role of physical activity is equally important. Moderate, regular movement supports circulation, allowing immune cells to travel more efficiently through the body. Exercise also helps regulate inflammation and supports overall balance within the immune system. Even gentle activities, such as walking, can contribute to this effect. Over time, consistent movement helps maintain a steady and responsive immune environment. At the same time, the immune system is sensitive to stress. Short-term stress can sometimes activate certain immune responses, preparing the body to respond to challenges. However, when stress becomes long-lasting, it may gradually disrupt immune balance. Hormones associated with stress can influence how immune cells communicate and respond. This is why calm, rest, and emotional balance are not only important for the mind, but also for the immune system. The environment we live in also plays a role. Exposure to fresh air, natural light, and a variety of everyday microbes can help support immune function. The immune system is designed to interact with the world, learning and adapting over time. Gentle exposure to natural environments may help maintain this adaptive ability. In this way, the immune system remains connected not only to the body, but also to the world around it. Perhaps the most remarkable aspect of the immune system is that it is always adjusting. It does not simply switch on or off. Instead, it responds, learns, and recalibrates continuously. Every night of rest, every meal, every moment of movement or stillness contributes to this ongoing balance. And yet, despite its complexity, the immune system carries out its work quietly, without asking for attention, without interrupting our lives. As we come to the end of this journey, we can begin to see the immune system not just as a defense mechanism, but as a living, adaptive system that reflects the rhythms of our daily lives. It protects, learns, communicates, and balances, all in silence. And in that silence, it allows us to live, breathe, and experience the world, moment by moment.